Hello, survivors, and welcome back to another episode of Will You Survive?
The podcast.
And today we're keeping it calm, cool, and collected. That's what the energy we're on today. And today we're just going to have a conversation. Not a yap sesh. That was last episode. Please go watch it. It was...
And maybe next episode.
And maybe next episode. Please go listen to that.
We didn't just talk about computers for an hour.
The whole yap sesh was just us talking about Resident Evil and then like random stuff about your work and then like...
Well, hang on. Let me tell you something, just in case you didn't pay attention. I know you guys don't look at the stats very much on the socials, but one of the conversations we had that I clipped up and put up there on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. It's blowing up by our standards. The thermobaric bomb discussion.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, the one I see that's doing the best on TikTok is our conversation about Leon.
Mm-hmm.
People like Leon.
People do like Leon.
Confirmed.
You know, here, I'll give you a clip right now. Oh my God, Leon is so hot. As a straight man, I think Leon is so hot. It would suck so much.
TJ said that.
It would suck so much if
he's married.
All the girls who are super into Leon listen to this clip
and
talk about how hot Leon was in the comments.
That
God,
would just suck.
I would hate that.
But yeah, this is Will You Survive the podcast. My name is TJ. I'm joined by my two co-hosts. We've got Alex and we've got Eric. Say hello, boys.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Eric.
You will never get their voices confused. Eric is the I'm Eric. Alex is the I'm Alex.
What did I do? What the
-1 point to Eric.
What?
Oh, damn.
Today we're talking about the movie As Above, So Below. It is a 2014 movie that there was a fucking tie-in with PewDiePie. Do you remember that, Eric? Do you remember PewDiePie going into the catacombs?
I was never a big
You were never a
PewDiePie fan.
That shit got me hella hype back when PewDiePie didn't say the N-word. Anyways,
funny. That's when I started. Like, no, I'm kidding.
The reason we watched this movie is because we recently watched a movie called The Tunnel, and we multiple times in that episode were like, "Hey, this is just a shitty version of As Above, So Below," and Alex hasn't seen it. So the first thing I want to say is, Alex, what did you think of the movie?
Here's my hot take. You guys may not fully agree with this, but
if you lie right now through your teeth, I swear.
I think we have our first dog water movie in our next tier list.
Oh, The Tunnel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
you see, we were being generous by saying C.
Yeah.
I mean, what I would say is you were accurate. I enjoyed the movie, The Tunnel. I enjoyed it. It was a fun little ride. But I did look and see that it came out first, so
yeah,
forgive them for it. This director, who we actually know from, I don't know if you ever saw Quarantine. That's the Americanized version of Rec.
Yeah.
So he was the director for that movie.
I've seen both on late night TV.
He was also the director for the Poughkeepsie tapes,
Which I haven't seen, but I want to watch.
That's a tough one.
So Alex wins this one and we watch that next? Or
I'll be down to watch it.
I think you guys
heard
would
about
like
it because
Poughkeepsie tapes. It's freaky.
I never even heard of it.
The podcast me and Eric listened to, Meat Canyon has referenced it multiple times.
Huh.
So
if I've heard it before, it's never like registered as anything to me, so I don't remember.
It's a serial killer in Poughkeepsie, New York, who films his activities, and investigators come upon the abandoned house that have all of the tapes in it. And
is a movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Based on true events?
I mean, it could be.
Oh shit.
So
could be.
This movie, several things I enjoyed about it. It was, I don't know if you caught on to this, but main character Scarlet.
Mm-hmm.
She was very, what is the word? And when she's in front of the camera, she's very charismatic. She's very polished. She's very, she's got it all together. And then when they show her, like, quote, off camera, I mean, of course she's on camera all of the time, but like when she stood and did the documentary type presentations versus when she was in the nightclub talking to the guy that she needed to find, versus when she was, of course, when all hell broke loose.
I loved her line in the club. Where he was like, "Do I look like a tour guide?
Or do I look like a tourist?
Like a guide for tourists?" And she goes, "Do I look like a tourist?"
So that was I saw. I'm gonna say it kind of roughly because I thought they did a good job at this. She was so much more annoying, and the reason why I use the term annoying is when she was off camera.
Okay.
You know, of course, once again, for all of those who are going to criticize my speech, not off camera because she was never off camera, but when she wasn't in that professional stance.
Yeah, the point is she's not talking to the camera.
Right,
she's doing something.
There you go. When she wasn't talking to the camera, she was a normal human being, and you saw her be annoying. You saw her be pushy. You saw her be bossy.
Oh, like with her friend?
With her friend.
Constantly just being like, he's in. And he's like, I'm not going.
It was, yeah. And that was a tough one. Let me ask, I don't know your familiarity. I don't know either of your familiarity, but do you guys know It?
Yeah.
Stephen King's It?
We both seen all three parts, right? Old and new?
Kids fuck at the
Old
end?
and new? So, yeah, okay. So you even read the book.
I know of that. I haven't read it, but I know of that. Because I've heard all the people being like, what the fuck, King?
Dude, which is funny because...
He was on a lot of that.
He was.
Yeah.
Because a lot of... I mean, when I was a kid and I read it, it didn't bother me.
Yeah, because you're a kid and you're like, oh, yeah, we do that. But then you realize, like, this was a grown-ass man who wrote this.
I remember my brother was the one who had said, oh, yeah, I never could get into that. The kids have an OG session.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, they don't. He's like, yeah, they do. Now, mind you, I had read this book many, many times, and I don't remember. And I go and look into it. I was like, holy crap, he's right.
Mm-hmm.
They have a full-on OG session. So, in any case, in this movie, I thought that there was a little bit of I wouldn't call it a tie-in, but it got very close with her friend seeing his brother down there, and he's trying to get at him. That's the thing that I saw. I started putting that piece together because it was, in reality, as above, so below. It was their own personal hell.
Yeah, it was kind of like a Dante's Inferno thing,
which was very much like it. It was your fears. What you were afraid of is what it presented itself as. And kind of what this was doing.
You guys ever heard of the show Lucifer?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, the one where he's Lucifer.
Yeah, he is the devil. And he is in LA because he's basically like, I don't want to run hell anymore. I'm bored. And he just wants to own a nightclub. And he's the sweet, innocent devil. It is a funny show though. But when the show shows you what hell is in this universe, Lucifer explains to someone, he's like, I can't take you out of hell. I can't put you in heaven. Only you could do that, but you won't do that. And their hell is literally just a loop of their worst memory, and it never stops. And Lucifer is like, I can't change this for you. I don't do anything. I just run the place. I don't make your hell or anything. You do that. And there's, I think, one person in the show who, spoiler alert, it's an old show, but someone who is able to get out of hell because they basically, like, by talking to Lucifer, figure out like that they're the ones torturing themselves. But it's this whole thing. Like, I've noticed that kind of theme throughout a lot of shows where it's like
that's kind
hell
of this.
is your own, what you make it.
That was kind of this.
Mm-hmm.
They were trapped, and their fears were coming upon them. Now, shall I read the storyline here?
You should. I do want to add that this was kind of like, like Dante's Inferno, like 7 layers. Yeah.
Pretty sick. I do.
Yeah,
I really like this movie.
That's what I got from this. Anyways, read
As
the synopsis.
Above, so below. Miles of twisting catacombs lie beneath the streets of Paris, the eternal home to countless souls. When a team of explorers ventures into the uncharted maze of bone, they uncover the dark secret that lies within this city of the dead. A journey into madness and terror, as above, so below, reaches deep into the human psyche to reveal the personal demons that come back to haunt us all. And I think that's a very good description of this movie. I thought it was the right amount of scary. You notice that there wasn't really too much of jump scares going on, but they kept you on the edge of your seat the whole time. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that this movie has a really solid build. Like it I think that the whole, like, her getting that information from the Iranian tunnels or wherever she was, Like that whole start to the movie is really nice. It's like it doesn't start too slow, but it also doesn't just like throw us into it. It gives us like a bit of action in the beginning, like a real dramatic, like I got this piece of information I've been going after forever. Like now this kind of unlocks everything. And it kind of, so that when the slower part happens, which is her going to talk to her friend, going to the museum, going and talking to the guide, all that, it doesn't feel so slow. I think if they would have just started there, it would feel like a bit of a slow buildup. I don't know, but also like maybe I'm completely wrong because it really doesn't. They don't spend that long outside of the catacombs.
No. they lead you. I thought that they led you the right way because you had to learn what you had to learn. Why was she like this? And it was a little fun in the sense that for me, you guys might be too young or not care about this, but to me it was the dark side of Indiana Jones. You know, you never see.
I think like Laura Croft.
That's what I mentioned to Eric. Is that it gives me like Tomb Raider vibes.
Yeah,
but it's like how dark it could have gotten.
Yeah.
Right. And so, but in real life, did you guys know that this was the first film ever to get permission from the French government to use the catacombs?
Yep.
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
So there was there was very little props used. There was only one entrance that they were allowed to use by a hospital, which was interesting that I don't know if they made that story to fit their entrance, that you guys remember, we read this, the guy who got lost in the catacombs and died.
Like 20 feet or something from a staircase.
Meters from the exit. One of the other things, what did they say? As above, so below. It was her quote. As above, so below. The world is as I believe it is. I think the world is as I think that's what she said.
Yeah, something along those lines.
And so in any case, they actually went quite a ways into these tunnels and to go down. You know, I think that was also part of their tagline. The only way out is down.
Yeah. TJ was saying that was
the dumbest fucking thing.
Not
every movie needs a tagline.
Probably the worst part of this movie was its tagline.
I actually do agree with that. I don't think every movie needs a tagline, but I do remember when this movie came out, I was 13. When this movie came out, I was hype. I was like, this movie looks scary.
No,
and I watched it, and I was like,
catacombs. You know?
Yeah, great movie. And you know, I was a little worried. We rated it. I've watched it as an adult before recently, and I remember I was like, yeah, this holds up. But I think, did we put it in iconic or did we put it in S?
What?
As above, so below. I think we put it in iconic, right?
We haven't rated it yet.
Yeah, we didn't. That's right.
You talked about it. That's how we got onto this whole.
That's right. Yeah. Oh my god.
Because I think you said you were shocked that we hadn't watched this movie yet.
Apparently I still am.
I thought we watched it, but maybe that was just me watching it in my free time.
Yeah, I think I did the same.
Well, did
we watch it together?
Oh, we think we did.
I think that's what happened. I think we watched it just randomly, and so we thought we did it for the podcast.
It's not a bad movie. I mean, this would be worth watching again. There's a few things that I would look a little closer at. I did read, you know, I'm always trying to get caught up on information for the podcast. One of the things that I read was that the goof is Nicholas Flamel's poem should not have rhymed in English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
movies. It was just, you know, it's just quick writing. They made it. Most people wouldn't have caught that. IMDb ratted them out.
They were actually in the catacombs, which is funny because everybody in the catacombs, like all the dead bodies, probably didn't know what. I don't think cameras were out then. So this is probably the first movie they've been in.
Wow.
I hope
morbid.
I hope they got credited, you know?
Did they all get their SAG cards?
Imagine at the end, it's just every name of the...
No, wait. I don't think extras need their SAG cards.
You're right. Unless any of the bones start talking.
Unless you speak.
Yeah.
Somebody.
They're all French, which are basically not people. So,
does France even have SAG?
Does anybody even care about France?
Well, easy answer, no. But,
I mean, it's kind of funny. This says that this was the first film production ever to secure permission from the French government. They probably just went and demanded it.
They're like,
going to
we
use the catacombs.
need this.
Okay.
White flag.
They actually were like, hey, we were really hoping we could use the catacombs. They go, we surrender. I'm like, oh, okay.
They raised the white flag. Was she a Brit?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why it gives me
I don't know.
Fucking Laura Croft vibes.
I don't know if she was a Brit, but I will tell you she was pretty.
Yeah.
I really
And
think
that's
she should
all
have
I
been
need.
in the freaking Tomb Raider movie that came out
Not
around
Angelina
this time.
Jolie.
There was another,
You
like the
know?
remake one, that like the new one. There was some other chick that I did not watch it. But
Nope.
I feel like
I didn't
this
even
chick
know there
should
was a
have been her.
remake.
Yeah.
Has this girl done anything else that we know?
No, nothing that I
'Cause
know of.
she was a good actress.
Let me see.
She was
I
hot.
looked her up.
That's the most
And that's what
important
makes a
thing.
good actress. No, I'm kidding.
If they're pretty.
I think she was a really good actress. I really like this movie. I
Yeah,
think she did
no,
a great
this
job.
is really believable acting from everybody.
Perdita Weeks.
Yeah, there's like no point in the movie where there's no
Oh my
point.
god, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, she has done Ready Player One.
Oh, okay. Who is she?
Mm.
I wouldn't know the names anyways. That's
Kira.
okay.
She's not
I'm
like
looking.
a main person.
I didn't even know that they did this. They did a remake of Magnum PI. I didn't know that. Oh, she was in one episode of Hawaii Five-0.
Oh, I've seen a lot of that, but I wouldn't remember.
Juliet Higgins. That was in 2020. Of course, I just said Ready Player One. I don't know the other ones. I don't know any of these others.
Anyways, somebody give this chick some more jobs. She put her in the Tomb Raider movie, new one. Do it. Come on, Hollywood. You like fucking up video game movies.
I know they really do. There's a lot they could do in video games that I think would be worth it. Although I am going to say the exact opposite on one particular one. Instead of doing a TV series on 13 Ghosts, where they're going to give each of the 13 ghosts their own storyline, I wish that would have been a video game.
Wait, for what?
13 Ghosts.
What is that?
You don't
It's a
know that
movie.
one?
Mm-mm.
Matthew Lillard,
Shaggy.
It's a movie?
Tony Shalhoub, yeah, Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
It's a movie?
It's a movie. What's the girl's name? Shannon Elizabeth.
No, I don't know that one.
So in any case, there's a person who owns a big fancy mansion. He was a ghost hunter. He passes away. He bequeaths his mansion to his nephew, who is played by Tony Shalhoub, and his two kids. They're struggling because the kid's mom, his wife, had just passed away in a house fire. They go to this mansion. It's a strange designed mansion with symbols and writings all over these glass walls. It's a fully glass house. And little did they know that this was all a setup. Get them there. And the idea was to capture and trap a 13th ghost that was an act of sacrifice. And the not creator, I forget, I don't know what to call him, the curator, if you will, would gain eternal life from this. And he would have major control over the world. It was a very fun concept.
That's interesting.
13 Ghosts. It had some good, scary moments.
I'd never even heard of it.
So we've talked about the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
When they're let's talk about like right when they're going into the tunnel. Cop just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
Just-
not a pre-word, not a hey, what are you doing? Straight tackle.
Just straight to slamming motherfuckers on the ground.
That's crazy.
Just
that-
immediately.
This was in France, and they want to talk about American police.
Well, but he wasn't
What the-
French. He was German.
The cop?
Yeah.
Oh, that checks out.
I'm pretty sure
I thought I saw his arm do a weird movement. I don't know.
I've watched videos on the. That's crazy. I've watched videos
He
on
didn't
the
do it.
catacombs, and that's a legitimate entrance. Like I've seen it in YouTube videos.
Will the cops tackle the shit out of you in
I
that
don't
entrance?
know if I've seen that, but I've definitely seen that entrance in that tunnel. Like it's an actual like place you can go.
Wait,
Not
so
legally.
were they allowed to film that, and like they just didn't actually go in there?
Oh no,
No.
they went in.
They went
Or-
in.
or
They
that's
actually
the entrance-
filmed in the
that's the
catacombs.
entrance. they
There
were
are
allowed to go
like
into?
legitimate there's like little landmarks inside of the catacombs that like you can see in this movie that are legitimate, like well documented places that are in there. Like there's like a little like theater area in quotations, shit like that.
Could you imagine if somebody was just exploring those areas and they came across them filming this and like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right.
Fuck.
So yeah, it's apparently was closed from November 2025 till April 2026 for renovation, but it's open for tourism.
Yeah,
that's so cool. I do think that that's like one of those spots, kind of like Auschwitz, that I'm like, I do want to go see it at some point, but it feels like it's kind of a really solemn, deep thing to go see. So it's like you got to kind of mentally prepare yourself for that.
I think so. I mean, it was not the same thing, only different. Going to New York City and visiting the 9/11 memorial.
Exactly.
It's not
something
a
tragic
fun thing. You know?
Yeah, something really tragic that you're like, man, this is like.
Next time you come to Seattle, we can go to the fucking burnt down Seattle underneath if you want.
I know everybody applauds that.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Now, that was actually not a loss for America.
I watched a whole video on like how Seattle was like made, and it was like 3 dudes just beefing over land. That's why all the roads are fucked up, because it was based on like their fucking shitty road directions. Yeah, whoever designed Seattle, I hope.
Well, there are some other crazy things about not Seattle, about Washington. Back roads in Washington, all kinds of crazy stories about that.
Bigfoot.
There's several. It's not, of course, just Bigfoot. There's a lot of cryptid stories of those backwoods.
It's illegal to kill Bigfoot.
I would hope so.
Yeah, up here.
What about a skinwalker that's pretending to be Bigfoot?
So you'd have to unskin them. Say something only Bigfoot would know.
Shit, that's good.
I
don't know, man. It could be either again.
I'm the real Bigfoot. No, I'm the real Bigfoot.
Shoots one. Your feet were bigger. I knew it was you.
I knew it was you. Everybody knows.
Here's an interesting. What I said. I think I told Eric this in a different conversation. Was at the end of this movie, it felt a little Doom-ish. Did anybody get that? That first player shooter.
Yeah,
she's running through.
You see her hands going like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. I think I see the comparison you're making.
And she clocked that demon or whatever it was that got in her way.
The sand or wall, limestone,
whatever it was. She just
monster
clocked it twice.
Yeah. That was her just absolutely not giving a crap on her way back is one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Well,
she's
she was
just
like, fuck you, my friend's dying. Let me fucking, she climbed what was it? Like that rope was like that rope was
30-foot rope, dude.
I was thinking about that.
It was so I did the actual, I didn't do it. Aya helped me. Aya helped me do the actual math on like how deep it was.
Yeah, so you did the math.
Based on like how long he dropped the rock. It took 4 seconds to hit the ground. That's 78.5 meters. I don't know how much that is in feet. I think like 200 feet.
Damn. Okay, also, excuse me.
Big ass rope.
Sorry. The way that she climbed that rope, here's some genuine survival advice. Don't do it that way. That's going to take so much energy out of you. The way to do it is you take your foot. So like you grab the rope with both hands above your head. You take the rope, you wrap it once under your foot, and then you put your right foot, and then you put your left foot on top of that.
Yep.
You pull yourself up, you loosen your grip, you slide your foot up, you lock it again, and then you reach back up and you pull yourself up again. That's how you climb a rope. You don't just grab it and then start walking up the wall. You're going to exert all your energy in that first 20 feet.
Benji
You're not making it up 200 feet. Now, even doing the right technique, 200 feet, you would be exhausted by the time you got. Like, I think you could easily die doing that.
Yeah.
All it takes is one mistake.
Like, that's
slip, not wrap the rope right.
I am curious if I could do that.
I could not.
I couldn't.
Because I feel like I'm light enough that I could maybe get myself up with not. Like, I think I'd be exhausted by the time I got to the top, but there is a weird part of me that's like, I think I could do that. With maybe like a break or two in between, just sitting there.
Hang and like hold my shit up. I could probably climb down a rope. I'm not climbing back up.
We should go to like a rock climbing thing.
There's one in Burbank. I would love to go.
I can't do it.
I'm so interested in rock climbing stuff.
Sam says 257 feet is how much.
If you lock that's a lot. But if you lock your feet, right? If you do that technique where you lock your foot and your foot is wrapped and you just kind of hang on, you could rest.
Sure.
And as long as your legs aren't exhausted, you could theoretically just kind of sit there and relax your arms and rest for a bit. I think I could do it.
200 feet's a long way.
That's a long way. I mean, let's say you're covering probably what?
Too,
let's say a foot per pull. Is that fair?
No,
like reach up.
It'd be like a couple feet actually.
You'd be doing half your body.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 feet.
You would be doing a foot.
3 feet. Okay, so I do a foot and a half, right?
2.5.
Up 300. That's 150 pulls. That's
you'd have to have like after going through all of this shit, you'd have to have like the grip strength still. The arm strength still. Like they were moving rocks. Right. They were like.
That's assuming I'm at full strength.
And then to come back down too.
And then to come back down, you'd get fucking bad rope burn.
I think down.
But she had magical powers by that time.
Doing the same technique, I think down is a lot easier, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's just more dangerous.
Yeah. You just have to make sure your foot's locked before you let go.
Not more dangerous. It's just as dangerous, but you could be more careless.
I guess I would say it's probably scarier
What's up, Elijah?
Going down than up.
Yeah.
You gotta also imagine how damn dark it must have been. I mean, I know she has the camera light and everything, but like wherever the camera light is not pointing.
Like, I don't think I'm claustrophobic, but like I got claustrophobic tendencies. I'd be freaking out like fucking Benji was. You're crawling over skulls and shit. Something bit me.
Oh, yeah. No, that would freak me out. If I got stuck, I would be freaked out.
He did not have to mention the rats.
No, he didn't. He was so fucking with them. Even, what was his name? Poppy?
Yeah.
Papillon?
Papillon. Yeah, he did. No, he was fucking with them there.
Yeah, no.
There was no need to mention that.
Fucking asshole. Like, it's known. It's known rats are underground. Well, why are you telling me this? Why are you making me think that they're
The guy's already like, I don't want to go there. And he's like, don't worry. There's rats.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, great. Yeah, now I want to go pet them.
So let me point this out. In real life, the director asked all of the cast if they were claustrophobic. They all said no.
Was he actually?
He took them down for a test. What do they call it? Dress test.
A dress rehearsal.
And one of them was kind of freaking out. And he said instead of, recasting or anything like that, he made the character claustrophobic in the movie.
Was it Benji?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's what the speculation. Nobody ever confirmed it, but it said he had the most claustrophobic scene, which leads you to believe it had to be Benji.
That's interesting. Imagine it wasn't.
Well, but he had the most claustrophobic scene.
Yeah.
He was trapped.
Let's talk about the people dying in the movie. Each of their deaths represent a sin they have committed.
What was Benji's?
So it's believed because he was the camera guy the whole time, right? So he was seeing that one lady and she was carrying a baby. So I was looking up, reading some stuff. Apparently it's believed that he had like a girl and a kid and he doesn't want to like claim them. But like, I don't know about Benji.
I think he said that, didn't he?
That's what Zed said. I think his name was Zed.
That was Zed.
Yeah. That was at the very end
like,
where she was
I have a kid and
Yeah. And she was like, what's the thing you regret the most? Like, what's the thing you keep beating yourself up about? And I think...
You telling me that Benji had a baby mama?
That's what I'm thinking. They stereotyped the shit out of Benji.
Damn. He's an American black man, huh?
That's so messed up.
Could have been TJ.
I blame the French for that. I blame the French for racism.
No, I don't. I blame the Australians.
I blame the French.
The Australians don't do anything on their own. They got it from the French don't do anything on their own. They got it from the Australians.
The Australians are just like the bad cousin of the UK.
Oh no.
The chick who died, something with an X in it. Was someone that
Oh, was she the one whose head got
bashed? She got beat by
brutal.
The mole. The taupe. That was because like
vanity.
No, it was her like being. He ran off. It was her not like stepping up and going to like help. Like like Latope got left in there, didn't even get searched for. Nobody looked for him, so she felt like guilty for that. So like, you know, by his hands, that's what that was.
Damn.
That was brutal. Okay, so Benji falling. What about Papillon getting? I assume that's because he didn't save whoever died in the burning car.
He did. Yeah, he didn't save whoever died in the burning car. He just left them to.
His death is crazy.
Yeah, he got. Oh, and he like he let it eat him. Like, you know, like he got ate by the floor. You know, like he was so like, you know, in his brain tormented by this that he let it eat him up, and it ended up the floor
literally eating him.
Horrible thought experiment. Have you ever imagined, like, from his perspective, being like completely covered in dirt, like not buried, you are legitimately like completely compact in concrete, only your feet sticking out.
See, that's like a claustrophobic moment. If I think about that, it freaks me the fuck out.
You can't even be claustrophobic because you can't move at all. It is just your toes. That would be the worst claustrophobia ever.
That's worse than dying in space.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that.
I feel like
we looked up recently how fast you would die in space. It is not as fast as you think.
You would think immediately. It's not.
Alex, how fast do you think you would die in space? Before whatever TJ said, like, what was your thoughts?
No spacesuit.
Yeah, no spacesuit.
No spacesuit. Airlock opens.
Yeah, airlock opens. Let's say you're not killed by like the force of being pulled. Like, you're just in space all of a sudden. How long do you think you survive?
In space, vacuum, your blood boils. Unfortunately, calculating the amount of time it would take to heat up your blood, I'd say probably a little over a minute.
So I thought it would be rather immediate. I didn't think it'd be like immediate, but I thought it'd be within a few seconds, and I thought it would be more or less painless in a sense that your body would just be like, what the fuck, and just shut off.
Which is also kind of what I thought.
That is not what happens. It is in fact way more excruciating, and there have been vacuum accidents that people have survived and have given their testimony of what it felt like. So apparently the first 10 to 15 seconds is the first like 3 to 5 seconds, or I think like the first like 3 seconds, they said it's not immediate agony, but it is an incredibly strange feeling. They said you can't breathe. There's so much pressure. If you were to try to hold your breath, your lungs would explode. So you can't hold your breath. It's like constantly pushing air out of you.
Your eyes are getting pushed out.
Your eyes are getting pushed out. The liquid, the guy who survived said that it felt like the water the saliva on his tongue was boiling, which they said in physics makes sense because in a vacuum, water would boil at a much lower temperature. So the blood boiling thing would not actually happen the way that it's described in movies.
Yeah, your
they said that
veins are strong enough to hold it.
Yeah, they said that the vacuum of space, a vacuum is not a great temperature conduit.
Like, so it doesn't, like air, you know, air can heat up, which heats you up. There's nothing to heat up or cool you down in space. It's just nothing.
So you wouldn't freeze right away.
Conductor,
you wouldn't
that's what I was trying
to boil
think.
Right away. The space is an awful conductor of heat, apparently. So you would essentially, basically, you would die from asphyxiation, is what it said before anything. So the first like 3 seconds or so were described by a person as not immediate agony, but an incredibly weird and foreign feeling. And then the next 12 to 15 seconds is excruciating agony pain. This guy, I think, survived in like 20 seconds of a vacuum or something like that. Crazy.
It took him a long ass time to air up the room.
They had to repressurize the room. Like they were testing a spacesuit, and a hose bursted or something, and he was immediately sucked into it, like in a vacuum. And he survived with no long term
that
effects.
Or Papillon.
Yeah. So which one?
Which one would you rather? Would you rather be up to your fucking shins in dirt, compacted, or would you rather spend freaking 30 seconds in space?
I think you would die faster from the ground. Well, okay, another keynote. It says after 10 to 15 seconds, you become so disoriented and confused that it's unlikely you're actually feeling pain and are rather just in a delirious, unconscious state.
Yeah.
So it's really the first 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I also was talking about, Sam says, I would imagine it would be similar to the pressure of deep ocean diving. The pressure is immense. I was talking to Eric about there was an incident in I think the 80s or something. So deep ocean divers, they're on like an oil rig. There's a team of, I believe, 4, 2 go down, and then they go back up and they get brought up in a diving bell that keeps them pressurized to the bottom of the ocean. And then they get brought up and they get in this pressurized capsule so that they can keep going back down and they don't have to reacclimate all the time. So there was 2 people coming up, there was 2 people in bed sleeping, and I think there was 1 person next to the door. Anyways, it's kind of like a spaceship kind of interlocking system. You got to dock it, you got to repressurize one part and then make sure so nobody fucking blows up. But some dude on the outside did something wrong, and the door on the inside was open and a guy got immediately ejected through this big of a freaking crack.
It was
and then the people in the bed
pipe or something,
they're just the same kind of thing with space, their blood and they they kind of just expanded.
Yeah, imploded. All of the exterior pressure was much greater than the interior.
Diving bell that the people were coming up in got fucking launched. There was so much pressure difference. It was
Apparently, that situation created a lot of modern safety procedures regarding that specific.
The thing is, there was literally it was already invented. The thing that could have stopped it was already invented. They just didn't want to. It wasn't required.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Absolutely crazy. That kind of an accident is horrific. Now, we were talking about it. That is similar to the Titan sub, where it must have happened so fast that they had no time to react or feel anything. They were just suddenly dead.
Yeah.
It was which is as fast as a clap.
Probably the best way to go.
Yeah.
But also horrifying. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You don't even know it.
Ocean pressure is from all sides, so it's just immediate just shrinkage.
I can only imagine the absolute panic of hearing the door click maybe or something and be like, what the fuck? And then it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause there were multiple sounds. You heard the Coast Guard tapes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I didn't.
The Titan?
Oh, the Titan.
They were hearing it, and there was, if we're listening to the same thing, I mean, it's a vast ocean. If we're listening to the same thing, there were multiple sounds. You're probably nailing it, not exactly, because we don't know. We were, the closest people listening were hundreds of miles away in a Coast Guard cutter.
Travels in water pretty far,
pretty well. But it was interesting that it was, you heard multiple sounds. So it was probably exactly, I don't know how to say it right. It's not exactly, but it's probably very close. Your description is very plausible. You heard a little what the fuck it?
And then it's done.
Yeah. Have you guys heard of the blip?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
The bloop.
The bloop.
No.
There was a sound underwater that
sound.
nobody can explain. It was caught on a bunch of different equipment across the entire world. Never happened again.
What the heck? You guys eever heard the trumpets? I don't know how true those actually are, but there's a lot of videos online of people being like, what the fuck is that?
And I don't care if anybody calls me a liar, but I swear we were at the house one time and
I remember this. I remember you saying this.
Do you guys hear that? You hear that? And what was weird was I don't recall exactly, but I don't think that everybody heard it.
No. There was a handful of people in the house who were like, yeah, I heard that. And the other half were like, I heard nothing. And it was weird. I might be making this part up, but if I recall correctly, you and somebody else in the room, you heard it and the other person didn't.
There was multiple people. I remember me and my sister-in-law heard it. What is that? You hear that? Yeah. What is it? And it wasn't until after that my brother pulled up sounds and we were like, that's what it was. And it was crazy that they're you heard that noise? Yes, I didn't hear shit. And it was still to this day. There's a lot of speculation that it's electromagnetic fields.
It's got to be like, I do think it's got to be some weird phenomenon from like on Earth that we just don't have the explanation for yet.
Well, that's what the bloop is. That's like the most interesting thing. Everybody wants to say it's like this giant monster. Okay, maybe. I'm not going to discount that. I am a gnarly conspiracy theorist.
I mean, some of the things in the ocean could very well be described as a giant monster.
We know more about space than we do the bottom of our own ocean.